Shalom Rastafari, Assalamu alaikum, peace to the kings and the queens of the earth. How's everybody doing this Friday? Hope everyone had a great week and, stay away from the haters, stay away from negative energy and, keep it positive like we always do. Today I wanted to go into you can say it's controversial. To me, it's just normal political, not rhetoric, but the political game that we're in. And I've never really publicly talked about my opinion on Trump and on the entire situation, basically on the presidential candidacy or, all these nominees or, things of that nature. I never really talked about it. I've addressed the Democrat and Republican situation on a couple podcasts before, but I never really talked about it. And I think I need to get some things clear about this person, this possible presidential candidate, this former president, because at the end of the day, he did get that, and he was a former president, and I ain't gonna disrespect whatever, because you do what you do. But here's my take, and I want to get people clear. A lot of people probably think, well, if you're Pan-African, you're a strong black person, you're always for your people. I already know what you feel about Trump. I already know. And here's the thing. What people in that, I guess, category, or when people who are in that boat, or the people who say Trump 2024, as a person, first of all, we know who your demographic really is, right? Like, we know who's his demographic is. And the people who support him know what that demographic is. So that's where we have a little bit of, where I have a little bit of disdain, because it's impossible for me to affiliate with people who I know for a fact are racist in their heart, right? They can hide it all they want. They can sit next to you. They can talk da-da-da-da, as long as you're, abiding by what they believe in, or cool, following their code, whatever. And some people who go to these either Trump rallies or support Trump, they know 150% who is part of this massive movement and demographic, who's mostly part of it, right? Who's the main people who are banging the drum, the ones, and they know who they are. And at the end of the day, I question that, because it's like, how are you supposed to talk about America and uniting when you know for a fact that you have, Nazi sympathizers, you have extremely racist people in your camp. You have legitly hate going on. Like, you don't really care. You hate. You don't like. There's some hateful messages and some flags flying and all of that. And some of you people who are in these rooms, you're not like that. You're not like that at all. You're not racist, right? Or, you know what it is. You don't treat people differently. However, you kind of make, you do choose to say, well, I know he doesn't really care too much for specific people, but for me, he works for me. And that is why we were in the United States of America. That's why you can have that freedom to vote for whoever the hell you want to vote for. You can go to the ballot and write down, Josh Allen for president. Who cares? If he gets enough votes, he would be a candidate, right? So you have a freedom to vote for whoever the hell you want to vote for. So this isn't about that. This is mostly about, my opinion, right? Who do I feel? And I want to make it clear again that I'm in circles of a lot of strong Pan-African people. I get on conversations almost daily, check in with some of the people from across the world now. And I'm talking about Africa, Caribbean, Canada, of course, States all day. But you're talking about people, from the black nation who are across the world. And there are some people who still would support Trump. I'm going to say that again. They will still. Now, it's hard not to vote for him. They'll tell you that. They know the rhetoric. And here's why. And I remember the Honorable Louis Farrakhan broke it down so perfectly. And so many people are like, oh my God, he's going to go to, Farrakhan, I'm out. No, yeah, you'll be surprised. And literally, because when it comes to this Democrat Republican thing, here's how real people look at it. Here's how my community looks at it. The ones who are, in strongholds. With the Republicans, you're going to get raw racism in real life. That's that R stands for. Raw racism in real life, which to me is better than the Democrats, which is hidden agendas and bullshit talking. Let me say that one more time. I don't think y'all can get that. Raw, racist, you know what I mean? Like literally. And on the other side, hidden agenda. Which one would you want? As a black man, I'd rather have the raw racism. At least I know where I'm at. You come in like, I'm in an area and people listening. Hope you're listening. Hope some of y'all are really, really listening, like for real. Because you need to get a life. Like, but because you're so obsessed. Where is he? Put it this way. I'm in an area where there's Confederate flags flying all over the place. Okay, I'm in an area where there's Trump signs up and down the damn street. And they'll wave at you as a black person. Hey, how you doing? And I wave right back. I don't care. Right? Like, that's your opinion. That's what you are. I can't fight and try to, change all y'all. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what you are. That's what you choose to support. This is why we're in America. I just know you ain't going to come on this property. I'm in a state right now that's immediate reaction, if you know what I mean. So I have no problem doing what I do and acknowledge people, because at the end of the day, what have the Democrats done for black people? And you can point to the ones that are in the communities. I'm not talking about on the state level. I'm talking about on the entire international level. What have they done? All right, and some of you Trump supporters, you got to understand. You need to stop segregating yourself. Let me say that one more time. You Trump supporters need to stop segregating yourself, because if you did that, you would understand. You would have the country. You probably have way more votes if you stop segregating. That's why I don't like the rhetoric, because I'm like, he's not willing to even talk and give certain people a bone, because he's so strong on appeasing that white nationalist movement. You know it's true. And people who are listening to me, you know it's true, okay? You can't come at me and be like, hey, you can't come at me. I'm not even coming at your guy, Trump, because I'm going to tell you something. It has nothing to do with Republican, Democrat to me, all right? I'll tell you who I fucking like, and it's not a Democrat. I kind of like Christie. I do. I don't care. He's tough. He'll go at anybody, and he's going to work his ass off. And he's been doing that for like 15 to 20 years. Okay? And don't talk to me about, well, yeah, I know Trump. Do not talk to me. Some of y'all need to Google. If I gave you my last name, Google this situation. My father, okay, is a coach for the New Jersey Generals. Who was the owner of that team? Mr. Trump. Who did he get to sit in meetings with and actually interact with? Okay, so we have an opinion. We know we have an opinion. We've seen it. We understand who this person is, and that's it. I don't got to go in and trash it or talk good or trash. Some of y'all are not really, I have a different perspective, and I'm not going to put that on like, y'all don't know who he is. Maybe he's changed. Maybe you should meet him now. But I know what we've had a family interaction. We've had our jobs taken away from Trump. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. But then fast forward to now, and you have such a strong rhetoric with the white nationalist situation that a person who was Pan-Africa couldn't possibly line up with that, because you're not even fucking saying, hey, we'll do our thing, you do your, like, whatever. You're not even doing that. You're just basically saying, no, we're doing this, and forget all y'all, who cares? But here's what the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, I'll just get back to him. He basically said that you're going to get duped by the Democrats and you're going to get raw facts from the Republicans or the candidacy. You're going to get more rhetoric from, Hillary, but you're going to get, more raw facts from Trump. And so and in essence, like it's like you're choosing the better of the evils if you're in my position. But I just wish that it wasn't. You're talking about unifying the country. You're not. Okay, let me tell y'all something. If you know me, all right, and you know of me, and next time if you're a Trump supporter, next time you go to a Trump supporter, and don't just look for the 5 or 6 black people, but look around and see who you around. And if you're cool with that America, then we can't even have a conversation, because it's a diverse country. It requires, diversity. So if you're just for one people, for one cause, like if we had a Pan-African presidential candidate that had a lot of influence, and let's just say instead of black people having 40 million, we had 60 or 70 million, and we were able to vote with that 70, let's say 50 million of us actually voted, you wouldn't even come close to getting that candidate. We would get that candidate right in, right? So imagine if we did all of that and kept it pro-black, and then when it came to like talking about other nationalities, we didn't give a fuck. And then we're talking about that's how America is supposed to be. If we were talking that, what would you say? You'd be like, that's not America. That's not diverse. There's not. Well, you're not America either, and you know you're not. Every one of y'all who talk about let's make America great again, go back to the point of like 1875, 1866, so that you clearly don't even have it in your instinct to think about who else was around during that time and what they were going through. So it's dividing you from segregating yourself, because we're actually looking to vote for anybody who's going to be the right candidate. This ain't about Republican and Democrat anymore. And if the Republicans actually understood that and stopped just their one little stupid rhetoric, you got black candidates shucking and jiving. Hey, America is not a racist country. Shut the fuck up. It's 100% racist. Don't tell me about people. Don't tell the people in Buffalo, tell the people in Jacksonville, tell the people. I can name every city, and there's a racial shit going on now. I would have loved to be like, well, Buffalo is not a racist country. 10 people got murdered in my city just last year, and he had nigger on the AK-47. People are still being lynched. You don't even hear about it. Indigenous people going missing. You don't barely even hear about it. So at the end of the day, we have work to do, but stop dividing us by having a specific rhetoric, because we're looking to vote for people who are just, like, we don't care about the Democrats, dog. We don't care. I know all the Democrat candidates. None of them impress me. None of them. I'm like, y'all all talk the same shit. Kamala Harris gets in there, dancing and soul training in the HBCUs and stepping and da-da-da-da. Gets in there and ain't done a fucking thing but go to Uganda and push the LGBT agenda. Okay, that's fine. You spread that, but that's not doing anything for black people here. And you said that you got our vote, and you said that you would. You're doing exactly what every Democrat has done to us for the past 30 years. So when I talk about Trump, y'all got to understand it's a hard place, because he ain't talking about doing shit for us either. But at least he says that. That's the thing. At least he tells us that. So some of y'all who want us to, and that's the thing. Some of people who are in this camp, they don't care about us. They don't care about talking about what we're doing. Right? But I suggest they do, because if you do, you would actually this would be way easier for you. So that's why I'm kind of mad at that situation. It's like, if you actually got us, like, we're looking right now for any kind of, we don't care about these agendas anymore. And we're looking, and we can't find it, because you're just like, nah, I'm cool. Almost a lot of candidates, but the candidates that don't do it, trust me, you're going to see this racist rhetoric will end very soon, and you'll understand or overstand that that's not even necessary. And we weren't looking for that. And if you want to unify the country, you could be Republican or Democrat. Actually, at this point, I don't even know if you could be Democrat. You can't be trusted. I don't know if you could be trusted. You talk, you get in there and do nothing. Republicans, they get in there, they talk about what they're going to do, and they fucking get to doing it. It may not be on your part or your side, but you know what you're getting. It's almost like being in a dispensary. You want to go to the ones that's on the territory where you can actually see it and smell it and look at the weed, or you want to go to the public and order something you ain't never seen in your damn life. Anyway, hope everyone has a great Friday. Shout out to everyone listening, man. And I hope y'all literally have a great weekend. Be safe.